I didn't know it was live already. Yeah, we're here. Hi, everyone. When in Venice, you have to act like a Venetian. Come on live and talk about how we're here at the Waterfront Hotel in the lobby. I'm kind of in a remote area of the lobby near the buffet. And Minnie is upstairs. She's still hitting the casino pretty hard. I myself am doing okay. You know, I want a little bit of money at the slot machines. Nip Band, what's going on? Pinky Gray, Moelma, Anna May. Moelma, was that your video or was that your share on the chocolate candies? They kind of look like M&M's peanut. Anyway, it's Chocolate Day, isn't it? Isn't it World Chocolate Day or something? Pressy Manzanero's here. Thanks for showing up. I know there are a lot of live streams going on right now. I apologize for stepping on people's toes. Anyway, I hit the slot machine up there, and I was doing okay. I was winning some money, and then it started going the other direction, and I'm a pretty disciplined gambler, you know, and I kind of know when luck is turning. So I bailed out on that, cashed in, and here I am, Pinky Gray. Pinky Gray, who has coined the phrase Santa Dan. So anyway, it's dark in here. Thanks for sharing it out. Oh my goodness gracious. Anyway, I did post a new video, or a short video up there for Sugbo Mercado in Cebu. It's a nice place. Go in there and do me a favor. Tickle that like button and take it a look-see. Run it up to over 1,000 views so I can make a penny. And we could improve our chances of getting a paycheck soon, you know. Remember. Yeah, Santa Daniel, that's funny. I'm going to give the money back to you. And what would really be cool, I was just thinking about how the coolest thing to have happen would be that we do the stuff the pig, and we give away our paycheck from YouTube all within the same Christmas period. That would be pretty cool. So that would be, I don't know, at least $100 American, 5,000 or 6,000 pesos on top of whatever's inside the stuff the piggy. So I just thought I would come on here and I would just share, you know, that information so you could run that up a little bit. Yeah, we've got, I think we have Venice in the background here. Yeah, I'm trying not to capture any other sounds or people walking by. So flat up against the wall right now. My back is up against the wall, but I am seated comfortably in case you wanted to know. So anyway, that's basically what's going on here. Just a little favor for you to go in there and tickle that like button. Just give it a little tickle so we can run up the numbers a little bit. I don't think I'm allowed to, by policy, can I ask you to do that? Yeah. So a lot of people leave comments, which I really appreciate, but the comment number doesn't match the likes. And so I'm a greedy guy. I want both. Oh, somebody was doing a live stream on the lion, you know. Was that you, Pink? Pink, I caught part of that, you know, when somebody was doing a live stream where they were playing with the toys. And Pinky had suggested that I do that I try that out. She said that I should be playing with toys, you know, live. And I might try that out. That does sound like a fun idea. What do you think, Anna May? Pressy, you think that would work? Do you think people would actually view in to watch a grown man playing with toys on the live stream? So anyway, as you know, they have a lot of new restrictions on vlogging here in the Philippines. I'm trying to stay within the guidelines. I'm trying to play fair, You know, I'm trying to color within the lines, which was very, very difficult for me to do, you know. You know, color between the lines. I was a very, very strange kid, quite frankly. I still am a very strange adult. Even on the shorts, playing with the toys. So, you know, my short videos are doing okay, especially the ice cream ones, you know. I don't know why that on occasion that we'll do an ice cream short video and that thing will take off, getting like 25K or 28K views, just like within seconds, you know. A trending video, not necessarily a viral one, but definitely a trending one. Hi. How are you? Are you having a good time? I'm having a good time. Oh, Minnie's coming this way. Hey, what happened, huh? Huh? Where are you a winner? It's not a good day, huh? It's not a good day. Bruce Davis is here. Hi, Bruce. How are you? Anyway, yeah, Bruce, we're gonna have to hook up one day, you know. And Mavs is here. Your brother-in-law Mavs in the house. Everybody's coming by, stopping by to say hey. So, what was I gonna tell? Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing well, Bruce. I was going to talk about, I can't remember now. Oh, yeah. So, listen, in all fairness, John is in the house. Hello. Yeah, we got to hook up one day, for sure. You're definitely you're definitely on the list of people that, you're on the short list of people that I want to meet. So, anyway, and the list keeps getting shorter all the time. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what YouTube sent me a note. You know how they send you a little note about your channel? And so one day this note shows up pinky gray in the email box and it says, hey, just wanted to let you know your ice cream videos are doing great. But here's the problem with it. Here's the problem. Yeah, Bruce. Yeah, you know where I'm coming from. Here's the thing with the ice cream thing. It's the soft serve ice cream phenomena, and it's hit or miss, you know, on the soft serve ice cream. You know, for example, you know, it's hard to find a soft serve ice cream machine in Cebu. You could go into God Repairs in the house. I got repairs. For example, you know, you can go into a 7-Eleven and they'll have an ice cream machine, a soft serve machine, but it won't be running, you know? And then I'll go look for the Slurpee machine, and sometimes there's one or not, because the Slurpee machine actually does fairly well also. So I got the idea that, you know, we should do bubblegum machines, especially the giant ones. People are fascinated with that. We need to do marble runs. People are also fascinated with that. I got a marble run, a new one, coming in from Amazon. So it's going to have steel balls. Yes, balls made of steel. I said it. And we're going to have some fun with that. And it's interchangeable with other branded marble run machines. I like that. And let's see. And then also ice cream, Slurpee machine, giant bubble gum, and marble runs are the ones we're going to be concentrating on. But popcorn does well. And I noticed that chocolate does well, or M&Ms, when you do them in reverse, like the post that Moama posted, you know, where you have a candy dish and, ooh, who's here? Aileen. You have a candy dish, and the candy dish in reverse, where you're pouring candy in and then it disappears from the dish. Let me see. I need to give somebody a jacket as moderator. I think I got it. Yeah. Aileen D. You're good to go. Yeah, so that candy dish thing is a stroke of genius, in my opinion. If you did a short video on YouTube, it's going to go viral. I got my wife ice cream to sell, and it didn't do that good, so we got rid of it. You mean soft serve? Ice cream, I do have an idea about that, Bruce. You know how you do, I mean, you know how you do like the popsicle sticks, you know? I've been looking at getting the molds so that we could do mango popsicle at home and things like calamansi. We can do. You're gonna go back? Okay. Well, I'm gonna be. All right. Well, I hope it turns for you. Anyway, I was just about ready to say that Minnie is she's still on the win side of the equation on the machines. Probably since we've been here, she has been, winning. And then she has a couple of bad days. But even the bad days, they haven't eaten into her profits yet. Her profits. Listen to me talk like I'm some kind of a gambler, I'm a gambling man, and I'm not really. She is. She cannot pass by a casino without putting money in the machines. Ice cream like they sell at 7-Eleven, it only costs 3,000 pesos for a freezer and ice cream. Yeah, we have the freezer. We have a freezer at home that nobody's using. I don't know why they're not using it. And I was thinking about making the homemade frozen popsicle sticks in different varieties or different flavors and just selling them out of the house. But, will the family eat up the profits? That's the thing. Oh, you're a friend of Mav's. Okay, stand by. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to give you a blue jacket. Let's see. Add as moderator. There you go. You're all set up. RJ's in the house. So yeah, I want to try that. I just want to see if we could be successful doing something like that. Can't but cost a couple of pennies to make them yourself, and put some people to work or put a crew on that makes that ice cream, But I've also been taking a look at the soft serve ice cream machines. Like I said, I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated with the soft serve, especially the strawberry. The strawberry is so popular. Oh, Bruce, you just won $70 on Monday and only took $20 with me to 50 Oh, I love it. But man, Minnie, she's so generous. So when she wins, she'll come down and say, okay, let's go to the buffet on me, and then we'll end up here at the Waterfront or Vikings, or we'll be someplace else, and she'll be putting down the money, for the buffet. And so it's hard for me to lose weight when Minnie wins, because we're ending up in the buffet, and I'm talking about, she wants to go to the good ones like Viking or at the Waterfront or the one at the New Star Hotel. I mean, she don't play around, Let's see, it consumes a lot of electricity the more if you put small amounts. So, oh, I see. That's a good tip, God Repairs. That's a good tip. I'm going to keep that in mind. Maybe the idea there is just to wholesale those popsicles out and to use the freezer as just like a holding, station, like to freeze them up and then you start wholesaling them out to the vendors. Now, I like that idea a lot better because I like manufacturing. Manufacturing is so cool. I'll tell you what I'm really interested in manufacturing-wise. Ice cream and bread. I mean, not a whole different bunch of varieties of bread, where it would be hard to make a profit because one day a loaf of bread sells and the next day hamburger buns sell or something like that. Not like that. Let's see, God Repair says that another thing is that the electricity costs 8,000 pesos a month. And it was another reason. Bruce said this. Bruce says God Repairs. Oh, that's another thing. The electricity costs 8,000 per month. And it was another reason to get rid of it. That's plenty of money. And that would be a reason why I wouldn't do it. So you'd have to turn it over quick, and that's the only way to do it. You have to get wholesalers working for you, picking up the product at a price where they can make a ton of money. And then you'll see, like Balut, buy for 15, sell for 20. Balut, buy for 15, sell for 20. Balut, buy for 15, sell for 20. And you get those vendors out there working on the street and really turning product. So I like bread, but I like sandwich bread. You can make a ton of money because it's like making money out of thin air. Bruce, did you get that? Did you get that? making bread is like making money out of thin air, if you know what you're doing. But I'm talking about an entire inline automated system, not by doing it by hand. No. Hand bakery, it costs a lot of money in labor, you see. That's the thing. I want an inline automated system that mixes, proofs, rolls the dough, puts it in the pan, goes to the oven, and comes out baked. And then all you got to do is run it through the slicer after it comes out of the cooler. And I know something about that. I'll tell you, I do know a little bit about how manufacturing bread works. So, and then do the same thing. Wholesale it out, wholesale it out. But anyway, we do have a lot of stuff going on right now. And so we'll be headed back. We're going to head back to Bye Bye City Leyte this weekend. I'm not sure if we're leaving on Saturday or Sunday, but we're heading home because the plans have been submitted for the new house build, the second one we're building. And this is going to be very, very exciting because it's also quite innovative. We're going to use a matte foundation. They call it a matte foundation here, but basically it's like a slab foundation. And the reason why we went that way is because I wasn't in love with the idea of doing a whole bunch of excavating, and I want to save the money on excavation. And wait till you guys see these plans. I mean, they're really delicious. They're really nice. You guys are going to be proud of me, right? Because we're going to go with the poly, the DuPont poly septic system. We're not going to do a hollow block. As a matter of fact, we're not using hollow block anywhere in the building of this house. So has anyone tried mango cream cheese float? My wife is making that and avocado. Oh my gosh. That has got to be the winningest thing that I've ever heard of, Bruce. I'm telling you, I'd be all over it. Lorraine Pajadas is in the house. Hi, Lorraine. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Yeah, so this house is not going to have any hollow block in it. It's going to be very Western style, but not wood. We're using metal, aluminum, 2x4s. We're using hardy flex for both the interior and the exterior. And we're using rock wool for insulation, so we have sufficient thermal breaks. And the windows for the bedrooms are going to be facing our other house, which is going to be a huge benefit because the sun won't penetrate either side of that house. And so we should be cooling both houses down by doing that. We should cool them down and lower the electric bill the way that we're building this house, because we were lucky enough to be able to buy the lot right next door. 200 square meters. Didn't have any problem. Listen, I wish I had drama to share with you. We got ripped off. We can't get the title squared away. All the stuff that the other big YouTubers talk about, none of this stuff happened to us, right? It was smooth as silk. Went, saw the actual owner of the land, verified the title through the title company. We did all this stuff. It was a clean deal, paid him the cash, got a receipt, did the whole thing. And didn't run into a single glitch, the same as the house that we got now. It took a little while to get the final title, in our hands, but we got it, see? And so I wish I had drama to share, but none of this stuff, quite frankly, the way that it works in the Philippines, I now feel very, very comfortable with it. Once you have the receipt in your hand, you own the property. It's kind of like very difficult for somebody to come along and take it away from you, so I wish like I said, Bruce, I wish I had drama to share, but I got no drama. I got no drama as far as real estate property getting ripped off by contractors. Oh, wait a minute, but I can share this with you for all those that are hanging around to hear this. The engineer, it's a very interesting thing, right? Of course, the engineers want to build it as contractors, but I just simply told them, I said, no, I'm gonna build it myself. You know, I'm gonna build the house myself. Oh, I don't know if that's such a good deal, and I got these quotes, right? They range from 1.3 million to build it all the way up to 4 million to build it for the same house. And then I went back to him, and the $1.3 million guy, right? I knew right away what that was all about, because embedded in the contract was simply 50% down when we consummate the deal, when signatures hit paper, and 50% at completion. And there's no way, listen, I was born at night, but I was not born last night. No, we pay as you go when you're building a house. And this one, we only need a crew of 3 people. That's it, And I even have an engineer contact me who has built the house this way. And he says, listen, you don't need any more than 3 people in order to build it. And this is becoming the more common way of building a house in the Philippines. It's just now taken off. People are just realizing you don't need to use hollow block in order to get a typhoon-proof house. And that's absolutely true. Bruce, as you know, you can prevent a lot. You could save a lot of money if you understand, how wind direction and velocity and how all that works, and how high you have to build your fence line, where it should be built, what direction the wind hits the house, all that stuff. You can engineer a house, out of, if they can do it out of bamboo and they survive 125 years, well, then you could certainly do it out of metal studs. And so and hardy flex. So that's the method that we're going to use. And basically it's going to save a lot of time and labor, guys standing around smoking cigarettes. Yeah, a crew of 30, and then 3 of them are working. Everybody else is standing around smoking cigarettes. You have 1 guy mixing, right? I'm only going to need that size of a crew to mix, to pour the foundation. As far as the septic system, those poly tanks, all you do is dig them out, put them in the ground, you fill them up halfway with water so they don't float to the surface, and then you cement them in, and then you're done. And that thing will last forever. It will be there when you and I are gone, Bruce. I mean, simple enough to say. It'll be hanging around. I mean, we're talking DuPont plastic. Let's see, I've got to buy more air conditioning to see what we can, so we can close house. The closed house, I'm sick of yeah. All that stuff can be annoying, but I'm kind of used to it. You know what the friendly critters are and the unfriendly critters are. Cockroaches, they bug me the most, But it's like that song, the snake eats the rat, and the rat eats that whole thing. For example, we never get rid of a gecko. No way. There's no way that I would let anybody touch a gecko, because our house is spider free. And they also love the mosquitoes. So when the mosquitoes come in, you see the geckos, they congregate. And so no, this is all part of living in the Philippines. Oh, wife Minnie is here. Minnie, come on over and give a smile to everybody. Sit here. Okay, it's okay. Tomorrow's another day.
No more.
Geckos are great. Here she is.
Hi, everybody.
Anna Mace here. We got Bruce Davis. We got Pressy Mans in there. We got everybody is here.
Sir.
Yeah. Good morning. Let's see. Let me roll it back a little bit. We got Mavs. Your brother's in the house.
Brothers there.
You got your brother's
Kumusta,
friends. You got God Repairs.
Yes,
You got
very
Moelma.
good.
You got let's see, who else is in the house? Ooh, of course, Anna Mae just said hey.
Yes, Anime always
I apologize if I missed you for a shout out.
sent.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. I'm sorry to get stares from security. I think they're coming for me. So everybody, you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening or day or wherever you are in the world. You just have a great one, and we'll see everybody Friday at 6 p.m. where we're going to do the last live stream from Cebu, giving away some pesos, $3.33 to 3 people, and then we're headed on the ferry over to Bye Bye City Leyte. Take care.